Okay, we're going to continue our talking in American English. This is lesson 10, verbs and time, and it's part C. After this, we'll be taking a different approach, but we'll still be doing talking in American English. I don't teach like a college course. I base my teaching on what I've experienced with my own students, and many of them don't want a college level course because you still have to learn rules. It's still rules, but I want you to understand the rules in context. I put all of the main topic sections up here at once rather than putting them up one at a time, because I know sometimes you want to zoom in and do a little study on your own. So let me go to our first one. We are now talking about after right now, into the future. Here is the first one. This is just plain future. And although I gave you a few examples of using can and might as a vague future, usually future is expressed with will or is or am going to. So I use those as the example. It's the simplest form of future. I will sleep late in the morning. It's just going to happen tomorrow. It's one event. I am going to sleep late in the morning is another way we say it. I will think of ways to help my friend. Or I'm going to think of ways to help my friend. That's just in the future. I will worry about that problem tomorrow. Or I am going to worry about that problem tomorrow. This is just the plain future. So I'm not going to do any extra teaching on that, just to remind you of that's what it is. Here's present, and something is happening in the future. Here is the second one about the future. 2 times in the future. One is completed before the other one happens. This is what we use to say it's complete, the red line on my timeline. This is the present. The reason I have this arrow up in the air is even though I'm here, I'm looking ahead to right here as though sort of it were the present. If this were the present, and it's not, something is happening with it. So I will watch TV before I prepare dinner. So I prepare dinner sounds like it's just present, but it's still in the future because this has to happen first. If I separate them, it would be I will watch TV, I will prepare dinner. But the first one is actually future for where I am, and the second one is if this has already happened, then if this were the present, if this is now, I would say I prepare. So we drop the will in the second sentence. I will watch TV before I prepare dinner. Both of these events are in the future. This one happens first, then this one happens. So this one, because I'm looking ahead, won't have to have a will. Another example, they will pay the bills before they buy new clothes. They will pay the bills, they will buy new clothes, but I'm looking ahead to this one, so I don't need the will. And then our third example, he is going to, I use that instead of will, which is okay. He is going to order a drink before he orders lunch. He is going to order a drink. He is going to order lunch. But looking ahead, I act like this is present, and it will be when we get past the first event. That's a little bit tricky, but I want you to understand I will watch TV before I prepare. I will pay before I buy, or they buy. He is going to order before he orders. And that's 2 times in the future, looking ahead but not moving through time. Okay, I put that one back. Now here is the test. Both of these are going to happen in the future, but I'm going to put them together to show this one's first and this one is second. I will iron the clothes I will put them away. How would I say that according to this pattern? Second one, he is going to run errands. He will go home. Both of these will happen, but this is going to happen first, and then this. They will repair the bridge. They will drive across it. I hope this is first. Repair that bridge first before you drive across. Okay, so now let's check it. I will iron the clothes before I put them away. See, I dropped the second will. He is going to run errands before he goes home. They will repair the bridge before they drive across it. I took out the second will and made it go, became goes. Okay. Over time, before now, up to now. This is a little tricky because I'm doing it like past. However, the way I'm saying it means it could keep going into the future. It's an option. So, I have been sleeping on a hard mattress. I haven't stopped. I'm still sleeping on the hard mattress, maybe. I have been sleeping on a hard mattress. Oh, really? I hope someday you get a softer mattress. They have been thinking about buying a new bed. They're still thinking about it. But they have been thinking about it for a long time, and they may still be thinking about it. So it's sort of in the future, even though it refers to the past also. They have been thinking. She has been worrying about their diet, their children. She has children and she's worried about their diet. She has been worrying. She was worrying for a while and she's probably still worrying into the future. It's a question mark because maybe she stopped, but we don't know that because there's nothing to say it stopped. So she's probably still worried. She has been worrying and she probably will keep worrying. Okay, here's the test, and it will be about this pattern right here. Okay, I am writing a book, and I want to say over a period of time in the past and maybe into the future. How would I say that? She is asking many questions. I want to express that over a longer period of time than just right now. It's been going on and it may continue. They are living in the U.S. Here are the answers. I have been writing a book. I may still be writing a book, but I have been up to now writing a book, maybe continuing. She has been asking many questions in the past and maybe into the future. They have been living in the U.S. for 5 years. Now that's extending and all the way up to now and maybe continuing. This one is very close to the other one, so let's think about what we're saying. 2 times in the future, one happens and is completed before the other one happens. And I put just before because it's going to go all the way up to when it stops and then the next one happens right away. So, he will have slept in a tent for 3 nights. So the 3 nights have just finished and immediately he leaves the mountain. He will have slept in a tent for 3 nights by the time he leaves the mountain. They will have thought of a solution before they leave. They're going to leave, but before that, they will have gotten that solution right before they left. I will have worried for nothing if the meeting goes well. The meeting is coming. It's going well. Before that, I was worried, but I stopped worrying just as the meeting went well. Some of these are pretty close, but I want you to see the sentences with those helpers and think about what is the little bit of difference between saying it this way and this way. Here's the test of that one. She will wait for 2 hours and then immediately the bus will arrive. They will talk for an hour and then immediately they will leave the office. I will finish the project, and then immediately the project will be due right away. How would you say that? And you can stop the video if you need longer to think about it. We will have waited for 2 hours when the bus arrives. They will have talked for an hour when they leave the office. I will have finished the project by the time the project is due. The next one. There are 2 times in the future again. One happens over time and continues until the other one happens. I will have been. That's what makes it a longer time. I could have said I will have slept, but if I say been, that stretches out the time, so it becomes this. I will have been sleeping for 8 hours when the alarm sounds. She will have been thinking about a solution for 3 days when she reports to her boss. They will have been worrying, again, the been makes it stretched out time, for nothing if it is not broken. Okay, a test. She will be working all night. She will finish. They will be serving 50 customers. The cafe will close. I will be reading for 3 hours. I will go to bed. Notice that for the will, I added the be, which is going to change to been in all 3 of these. Will be reading, will be serving, will be working. That's a stretched out time. Here are the answers. She will have been working all night when she finishes. They will have been serving 50 customers by the time the cafe closes. I will have been reading for 3 hours by the time I go to bed. Okay, I'm going to give you one summary group of sentences so you can see how these work together using the verb drive. I will drive to Dallas. That's just future. I am going to drive there. That's also just future. You can say it either way. He has been driving. I'm taking is driving and I'm changing it to he has been driving so that he's driving and maybe he's still driving. He has been driving his new car. Maybe he's still driving it. It can extend into the future, but it started in the past and kept going maybe through now into the future. She will drive an hour before she stops to rest. That's from she will drive, she will stop. She will drive an hour before she stops to rest. They will have driven, that's from will drive, 200 miles by the time they arrive home. I will have been driving for 8 hours by the time it gets dark. This is a continuous driving for 8 hours and then it gets dark. This is I will have driven is it doesn't count until the 200 miles is complete, so it's an X. They will have driven 200 miles X. This is I will have been driving continuous, and then you give the other one. So will drive became will have driven, and will arrive became just arrive. Will have been driving, will be driving is what it came from. By the time it gets, will get just became gets because it's the second of the two. In order to understand these, you will probably need to read them a few times over and over until it clicks that this is what we're actually saying. But I hope that helps you get into the future and then the more complicated future. as you listen to other people speak and as you make up your own sentences. I hope that helps.